Hey everybody, Nate from the WNR Podcast Network here, and I'm trying something new here. I've been thinking about this for a while. I'm going to give it a shot. I don't know exactly when it's going to start as a regular thing. It might be next week or the week after. It might be this week. I don't know. Anyway, rambling on, I've been thinking about this for a while. Doing, I don't know, like, it doesn't have to take up too much time of my time or your time, but maybe 2 to 3 times a week doing like a little 5-minute short form podcast about what I've been thinking about, or what's going on in the wrestling business now, or something entertainment-wise that comes to my mind. Because a lot of times, you know, your brain works, and then by the time you get to a podcast, it's not there anymore. You don't have that to discuss with everybody else. So what I've decided is, it's going to be a short-form kind of thing. Like I said, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe like Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, something like that. It'll take its full form within the next couple of weeks. But I'm going to call it the Quick Count. And put it right here on the We Can't Wrestle podcast feed. No new feed or anything like that, but the Quick Count. And again, it's just going to be me quickly, maybe like 5 minutes, short form podcast, talking about maybe if there's news going on in modern wrestling, or something going on in you know, classic wrestling that I happen to be thinking about, or something I'm watching, or something I've read, or whatever. I'm going to call it the Quick Count. So let's try it. Here it goes. The first Quick Count. And again, like I said, this will be probably 2 to 3 times a week, sometimes starting up within the next couple of weeks. But I wanted to put one out here. If you have any feedback on it, if you think it's a good idea, if you think you've heard enough of my stupid face for the podcasts, that's fine too. WeCan'tWrestle@gmail.com. Hit me up on the Facebook group, the WNR Podcast Network, or comment above or below this on the YouTube channel. Here we go. Quick Count. Let's see how this goes. Hello, wrestling fans. Nate Maxson from the WNR Podcast Network here, and this is the Quick Count for July 10th, 2025. So what this is, again, just a few minutes of your time for me to talk to you about anything that happens to be flowing through my silly brain. I love to talk about what I'm watching in wrestling. I know everybody's usually watching something, especially us classic wrestling fans aren't usually... I watch WWE, I watch TNA. That's about it for modern. I don't watch AEW. I don't bother with it. But anyway, let me just roll with this. You know, what am I watching right now? Well, I've been watching a lot of late 80s, probably 89, 90, the USWA from Texas. Which I haven't seen, God, since it was on the sports channel back then, probably when I was a kid, like in order or whatever. I've watched random episodes and random segments and stuff, of course, but not just to get into it deeply. Now I'm into, pretty much I've gotten to the point where it's over now. I mean, that shit's done. It's time for just Memphis USWA, so I've kind of flopped over to Memphis in 91. But anyway, one thing I wanted to mention from that USWA viewing that I did, underrated manager in pro wrestling history is Ronnie P. Gossett. That guy was funny. That guy was a perfect territory pro wrestling manager. I love Ronnie P. Gossett. And like the little things that he did, subtle things, like Ronnie P. Gossett, whenever he is in the presence of Percy Pringle, calls Percy Pringle Fatso. That's really funny, especially coming from Ronnie P. Gossett, right? But yeah, just wanted to mention the greatness that is Ronnie P. Gossett. If anybody has any views on that, you can email me, wecan'twrestle@gmail.com. This past weekend, got a chance to finally, since I'm 4 or 5 years old, I've been waiting for this concert. Now I'm 46. So I finally got to get the chance to see Weird Al Yankovic in concert. I am a huge Weird Al Yankovic fan, as you can probably guess. And we've talked about him before on the other podcasts. I bring him up quite a bit, but it was awesome to see him. Great show. Puddles Pity Party. The clown was the opening act. He did a great job. Weird Al put on a fantastic show. Some of the most fun I've ever had in my entire life. And again, it's because I'm a huge Weird Al fan. Maybe somebody else that isn't would go to a Weird Al concert and say this is fucking ridiculous. Of course it's fucking ridiculous, and it's great. So going to that concert made me think, what are my favorite Weird Al Yankovic songs? All right. So here they go, from number 10 to number 1. And again, you can email me, wecan'twrestle@gmail.com, or comment on the YouTube page underneath this video. Let me know if you're a Weird Al fan. What are your favorite Weird Al songs? Number 10, I Love Rocky Road. I think that might have been either I Love Rocky Road or that was probably the first one I heard, like that really registers with me when I was a kid. The one that caught my attention, the accordion, the Weird Al. So that's probably why that has a special place in my heart. Number 9, Money for Nothing, Beverly Hillbillies. If you want to know the genius of a parody guy like Weird Al Yankovic, it's to listen to Money for Nothing by Dire Straits and hear the Beverly Hillbillies theme in there. Very, very great parody. Love it. Number 8. I think it's from Apocalypse. I can't remember off the top of my head. A tune called My Baby's in Love with Eddie Vedder. Catchy, funny, good tune. If you haven't heard it, check it out. Number 7. Trigger Happy. It is one of the style parodies. It's not necessarily a parody of a certain song. It's a style parody of like beach music. Trigger Happy. Happy Go Lucky song about being trigger happy. Number 6 is Party in the CIA, the parody of Miley Cyrus's Party in the USA. It's a great parody, great song. And actually my daughter's favorite Weird Al song it's her number 1. So it's my number 6. Number 5, you can't go wrong with Christmas at Ground Zero. Are you kidding me? Christmas at Ground Zero. What an awesome, awesome tune. Number 4. This song is just 6 words long. The parody of I Got My Mind Set on You by George Harrison, of course. I love that one. 6 words long. Number 3, it's a long one, but it's a goodie. It's Albuquerque. Number 2, I was so jacked and so excited that Weird Al actually did this song at the concert this weekend. One More Minute. I love One More Minute, and the best part about it was he said, this one's for the ladies. You gotta love it. One More Minute by Weird Al, my number 2 favorite Weird Al song, and my number 1 favorite Weird Al song. I don't know if anybody else has this as their number 1 favorite Weird Al song, but I love the ballad, The Biggest Ball of Twine in Minnesota. If you've never heard it or taken the time to really listen to it, you really should. It's a fantastic song, really fun, and it's personally, again, my favorite Weird Al Yankovic song. Just a couple of more things here on this first ever quick count. I am back into reading Bret Hart's book. I have not read it in, I don't know, quite a few years. I got it off the shelf, though, as I finished up reading the 6-pack this week and decided to dig back into Bret's book. I've just gotten in the first few chapters into where he's getting back from Puerto Rico. Already some fun stories there, so I might bring some of that up as I go through the book. I might bring up some of the stories on there and stuff. Other than that, that's all I have for this first edition, I believe, of the Quick Count. Other than to join us on the WNR Podcast Network on Facebook. Right now I have a WWE Champions Tournament going on. Still in round 1. I've taken every WWE, just that lineage from Buddy Rogers. I know WWE and titles. Ooh, buddy. Just the lineage of the original title. Taking anybody that's ever held it, put them in a tournament, and I'm letting you vote on the WNR Podcast Network on Facebook on who you think you should win every single day. So join the Facebook group. Join the YouTube page if you have not, the WNR Podcast group on YouTube. I think that's about it. So this is it. This is the first quick count. Hopefully it, like I said, I'll do it a few times a week. We'll see how it goes. And hopefully you enjoy it. And hopefully it's a new, nice little companion to everything else we do here at the WNR Podcast Network. That being said, we'll see everybody next time around here on the Quick Count. And have a great day.